Have you ever heard of the grape Babić? I think this is one of the best Croatian wine grapes. I'm going to teach you all about it and show you 4 examples. That's all coming up. Hello! Welcome back to Exotic Wine Travel. Today we're talking about the Croatian red wine grape Babić. I did co-author a book, Cracking Croatian Wine, a visitor-friendly guide, all about the wines of Croatia, and I definitely included Babić in there because it's an exciting indigenous variety. Babić is a red grape, and you'll find it in north and central Dalmatia, along the Croatian coast. It's a grape that produces deep-colored, inky wines that are age-worthy, have a nice balance of tannin and acidity, and it's not overly tannic like the more famous Croatian red grape Plavac Mali. Babić and Plavac Mali are related, and they do have similar characteristics on the nose. Where it's a little bit different is Babić has a little more acidity, has less tannin, so the wines feel a little bit more balanced. They say there's about 600 to 700 hectares of Babić planted, although I've heard some producers claim that there's a heck of a lot more, and a lot of it just ends up getting blended into other wines. Most of Babić is planted near the coastal towns of Šibenik and Primošten, and there's actually an amazing vineyard called Buševic. If it was in France or Italy, it would definitely be a UNESCO World Heritage Site. All the plots are divided into these stone lattices, and they're bush vines of Babić shooting through these stones. I did a quick video on it when I first came to Croatia. It's a pretty amazing vineyard. It's next to a marina. You'll miss it if you're speeding down the highway. Babić is a grape that has some floral characteristics. You're going to have some dark cherry, some maybe some red plum, some fig type notes. It is a true Mediterranean red. I kind of think about it, if you blended old school Chianti Classico with Southern Rhone reds, that's kind of what you would get. A lot of my local friends say that this is their favorite Croatian red grape. Unfortunately, there aren't a ton of examples out there. The example that first impressed me was Grasin, the Grasin Babić. I don't have that here today. That's a barrel-aged Babić. It's quite powerful with a long finish. These are 4 examples that have emerged in the recent years, and I'm excited to taste them. I have tasted one of these several times, and these other 3 I've tasted previous vintages, so I'm excited to get into the new stuff. And while you're at it, why don't you subscribe to our YouTube channel, click the bell so you know when new videos come out. First up, we have the Dalmatian Dog by Testament Winery. This is Babić 2018. Cute little packaging. The previous vintage got a gold medal at the Decanter World Wine Awards. It's got a brick red color. It really has a Chianti Classico-like color. It's not super deep. I can see my fingers through it. This is made to be an entry-level option. It's only about 10 euros, which I think is a fantastic price. Smells like black cherry, a little bit of baking spice. Maybe a hint of tobacco. The wood integration is very nice. Not overly explosive wine, but a nice pleasant red. Has some floral characteristics as well. Maybe some dried rose petal. Let's give this a go. Nice. There is some ripe, black cherry type flavors. There's a touch of tannin, but overall, really, really nice wine, especially at this price. Not super complex. The finish is a little bit short, but at 10 euros, I'm talking about $11 US, you want to experience something new. I think this is a fantastic example. It's a lot better than I expected, actually. Next up is the flagship wine from Testament. This is their Babić 2017. I am really excited to taste this wine. This winery, when they first came onto the scene a few years ago, I wasn't too impressed with their first vintages, but man, they've really stepped it up recently with their Poship and these Babićes. I'm really excited. I think this wine won a silver medal at the Decanter World Wine Awards. Good for them. This one's a little more concentrated than the Dalmatian Dog. It's definitely a little bit more quote-unquote pruny. There's a lot of dried fig notes. There are some kind of pruny notes. It's not overly baked, but it is darker, richer, more concentrated. Maybe you get some thyme. I really can smell in this wine, in the south of France, they say the wines have garrigue. You smell all the Mediterranean brush. Where Babić is from, it's a dry area, all limestone, very Mediterranean. I smell Mediterranean brush in this glass. By the nose, and at first I thought it would be all pruny and a sappy wine, but it does have some bright acidity, so the fruit is really dark. Like I said, you're going to get those fig notes, kind of those prune, red plum type notes, but at the end, there's nice acidity that washes it away. Tannins are really small. Long finish. I think this is actually a really, really nice wine. The flavor profile isn't really to the type of reds that I want to drink, but I cannot deny the quality here. Next up, an exceptional producer called Markus. This is the Babić 2017. This is a garage winery. Makes some fantastic wines. They actually make a reserve Babić called the Franz Ferdinand. It's one of the greatest Croatian reds that I've tasted. I've tasted several vintages of it. it. It's just that wine's about 150 euros. This wine's much more affordable, coming in that 25 euro range. I had the last vintage, 2016, which I'm impressed with. Let's see how the 2017 is. Very modern wine. There is wood here, but it's new wood. New, expensive wood. It's not a vanilla bomb, but you definitely can get it. And when I say that, when you say that you smell this new wood, there's kind of like some hints of tobacco, a little bit of a touch of waxiness, and it just smells high quality. This has a lot of thyme, red plum, baking spice, really complex wine. This is where we're starting to move up. This is big boy. This is serious one. This is full body. The wood definitely rounds out the palate. You have some nice chewy tannins. In Dalmatia, everybody has an outside barbecue where you barbecue meats. This is what I think. This is the type of wine that's going to go with outside barbecued meat. Has the tannins from the wood, a lot of fruit. This to me is like if you cross a Chianti Classico, a Southern Rhone Red, and then maybe a high quality red Zinfandel. You mash them all together. That's what you're going to get with this wine. Really nice stuff. It's not as good as their Franz Ferdinand, which is the super high-level wine, but at this price, I think it's a nice buy. Next up, we have the Bibich Babić. Yeah, the producer's name is Bibich. They actually sent a lot of wines to the USA. I tasted this wine when it was first in tank. I tasted it when it was first bottled. I tasted it a few more times, but that was about a year ago, so I'm excited to get back into this. This is 2016, so we went 2018, 2017, 2016 to kind of show how Babić does with a little time in the bottle. Wow. Much better than when I remember it. Dried figs come out right away with this wine. Black pepper, perfume, tar, black cherry, black dried cherries. Earth, this is really complex stuff. It definitely is made from good high quality grapes. Long finish, tons of complexity here. Wow. A lot better than I remember it. This is for people that like big, bold reds, but not only fruit, that like those nuances. I can see people that are into Chateauneuf de Pape really getting into this style of wine. Really good wine. Might be my favorite out of the bunch, but you know what? Here's the kicker. This wine's a little more expensive. We're talking in the 50, 60 euro range, 25 euros, around 20 and 10. So you see the all range of price points. You can find Babić on the bottom shelves of supermarkets in Croatia for a little bit cheaper as well. These are kind of more premium examples. What do I prefer in this tasting? I definitely think the Bibich and the Markus were better wines. I prefer the Bibich. The Bibich is more quote-unquote, kind of European in style, while the Markus might go towards people that are drinking kind of fruitier wines. For the Testament, I think the Testament Babić is a better wine, but I prefer the flavor profiles in the Dalmatian Dog. I was ready to poo-poo all over this wine with the cheesy label, but I really like that wine, especially for 10 euros. Just to let you know, if you are in the EU, I do have a discount code in the description box below. One of our partners actually carries some of these wines. I don't know if these exact vintages, and you can get 10% off by using our discount code below. This grape is very exciting. There's a lot of potential here. I want to see, as the years go on, more and more good quality Babić's hit the market. So if you're on holiday in the Croatian coast or you see these wines in specialty shops, don't hesitate, give them a go. Let me know, have you tried the grape Babić before? Or do you have any other odd, crazy varieties that you've tried lately that have impressed you? Leave it in the comments below, and I will see you soon.
Hello, thanks for watching.
Hey, you made it to the end. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, click the bell so you know when new videos are out. If you like content like this, check out our Patreon page where you get some behind the scenes exclusive content. Thanks for watching. Cheers.
Cheers.